This will be a crossover between Corpse Bride and Creepypasta. This takes place right after What If Victoria went with Victor and Emily to Land of the Dead. Victor and Victoria will meet the one and only Laughing Jack. How will they survive? Let's find out. After Victor and Victoria's wedding, the two married couple are living their happy lives. They move into a very nice house. After they finish unpacking their stuff into their house, Victor and Victoria went to bed as they're resting. The two were talking about their plans. Victor says he'll be teaching art and drawing at a school to teach students about art skills. Victoria says she'll be at home cooking and cleaning and helping good people by getting their spirits back up. They do talk about Emily and being in Land of the Dead, the time there with corpses, and how all the corpses were all nice and friendly, and Emily being a beautiful bride and a good friend. Wherever Emily is at right now, they hope she's having a happy time with herself. After 4 months has passed, Victor has taken a job at a school for art, while Victoria is enjoying doing house chores and helping good people. After having dinner, Victoria has a surprise for Victor. Victoria, filled with happiness, she tells Victor that she is pregnant. Victor is shocked, but is surprised and happy to hear that Victoria is pregnant, and they were going to become parents. Victor and Victoria hug each other. After 3 days has passed, Victor was in his art room drawing a picture. When he's finished with his drawing, he puts it up the wall. He was about to leave his art room until Victor's eyes caught something. Victor sees a box on a table. He picks up the box. It was very dusty all over. He took the box to the bathroom and washed off all the dust. He sees that the box had colors and a drawing of a clown. There was also a rusty crank on the side of the box. After examining it, Victor takes the box to show it to Victoria. He asks her if she's seen this box before and if she put it in his art room. Victoria says she's never seen that box and she didn't put it in Victor's art room. Then Victor asks if anyone visited at their house and left the box in his art room. Victoria says that nobody visited at their house. She was in the house all day cleaning. Then Victoria grabs the box off of Victor's hands. As she looks at the box, she sees that there was a drawing of a clown. Then a little bit of fear was in Victoria. Victor asks, "What's wrong?" Victoria wanted to tell Victor something, but she thinks he won't believe her. But Victor says, "It's okay, you can tell me." Victoria says that last night, she woke up in the middle of the night and she saw a shadowy figure a few inches away from their bed. She says that the shadowy figure looked kind of like a clown, and the clown said 4 words. "Pop goes the weasel." Then the clown disappeared into the darkness. Victor is a little shocked by this. He asked Victoria if she was sure. Victoria says she wasn't sure if it was real or if it was a dream, but she did hear "Pop goes the weasel," and that frightened her. Victor comforts Victoria. He says everything will be okay and he won't let nothing happen to her and their baby. He says this while hugging her. After that, they both enjoy their day. At night, Victor was about to head to bed. Then he noticed the clown box. He picks it up and he decides to open the top of the box. He holds the rusty crank and starts to turn it around. As Victor slowly says, "Pop goes the weasel," the box pops open. There's nothing in it. He assumes that the box was just broken. He puts away the box on a table and leaves it in his art room as Victor goes to bed. While Victor and Victoria were sleeping, the two had a nightmarish dream. Victor and Victoria were in a dark, edgy woods. They both look at each other as they hold each other. Then they started to walk into the dark woods. Then they started to hear children laughing. Then they see children with their backs turned. Victoria says to the children, "Excuse me, where are we?" The children don't answer. Then Victoria walks towards one of the children. She sees a little girl and asks her, "Can you please tell us where we are?" She grabs the little girl's shoulder as the little girl turns around to face Victor and Victoria. They're both shocked and horrified to see that the little girl has no eyes. They were black with blood soaking down her eye sockets. And she started to smile. Victor and Victoria are frightened. Then all the children turn around and they see that the children had no eyes with blood soaking down their eye sockets. Then they all say 4 words. "Pop goes the weasel." Then the demonic little girl started to rise up from the ground as she appears to be floating in the air. All the children start to float in the air. Then they all started to laugh. Victor and Victoria were terrified by these demonic children. They both started to run away. They tried to run as fast as they can go, but the demonic children were still floating in the air, chasing Victor and Victoria. No matter how far they can run, the demonic children are ganging up on them. Then Victor and Victoria see a big stairs right in front of them. They don't know why it's there, but they decide to go up the stairs as it's their only option to get away from these demonic children. They don't know what's up the stairs, but they run up the steps. As they go higher up the steps, they turn their heads to look back. They see the demonic children just standing at the end of the stairs. They kept on going up higher up the steps until each step disappeared one by one. Then all the steps are gone, as it will look kind of like a slide. Victor and Victoria start to slide down, as they slide down towards the demonic children. Victor and Victoria slide down to the ground. Then the demonic children grab Victor and Victoria, trapping them, as the demonic children all laugh and kept saying, "Pop goes the weasel." Victor begs the demonic children to let us go. Victoria begs too, saying, "Please don't hurt us." But the demonic children still kept on laughing and laughing. That is until they stopped laughing. Then Victor and Victoria hear a different laughter, but this one was deeper and cackling. Victor and Victoria were still on the ground. Then they look up to see long, snake-like arms above Victor and Victoria. Victor sees the arms have black and white stripes and sees long fingers with sharp, pointy nails. As the sharp hands get closer to Victor and Victoria, the cackling laugh said, "Pop goes the weasel." Then the sharp nails stab at Victor and Victoria's chest until the two woke up from their nightmare. They were shocked and terrified. That nightmare felt so real to them. Victoria had tears in her eyes as Victor hugs and comforting her. Victor looks at the window and sees that it's morning. That day, Victor did not go to work. He stayed home all day to make sure Victoria and their unborn baby is safe. Victor doesn't know what's going on. First, he found a strange clown box in his art room. Second, Victoria says she saw a clown in their bedroom. And third, they both had a horrible nightmare that felt very real to them. Victor and Victoria have been living in their house for 4 months now, and there's something strange going on. Throughout the rest of the day, Victor and Victoria haven't left their house, as they spent all day talking about the nightmare they had. And Victoria was afraid of what's going to happen to their unborn baby. She's scared for her baby. Victor says to Victoria he'll never let anything happen to their baby. Then, when night came, the two are afraid to go to bed because they don't want to have that nightmare they had. However, they were feeling very tired. Victor says to Victoria they're gonna head to his parents' house and spend the night there. But that is until they hear a loud crash in their bedroom. They were frightened by the noise. Victor says to Victoria to stay here and he'll check it out. Victoria says she's not gonna wait here and she's gonna go with Victor. They both head to their bedroom. Victor opens the door and they both see their bedroom is a full mess and the window is broken. They are both shocked. Before Victor and Victoria can say something, they hear a strange song playing out of nowhere. They don't know where it's coming from. Victor and Victoria were frightened by the music. They were going to leave their house as they both walk to the front door to head out. Victor grabs the doorknob, but the door couldn't open. Victor was confused. He tries harder to open the door, but it still wouldn't open. Then the music stopped. They don't hear anything until they hear a scary voice saying, "Hello, lovely couple." Both of their hearts drop. Victor and Victoria slowly turn around to see a tall, lanky, black and white clown right in front of them. They're both shocked and terrified. Victoria says to Victor, that's the clown she saw that night. Victor recognizes the long arms with black and white stripes and long fingers with sharp nails from their nightmare. Then Victor says to Victoria to stay behind him. He says to the demonic clown, Who are you? My name is Laughing Jack. The reason I came here was because of you two. I was hiding in town until I saw dead people running around in town. Then the living and dead all got along with each other. Then they all went to the church. No one didn't notice me. Not even the dead didn't see me. Then I saw you two getting married with the living and dead, and there was a corpse bride with you too. After the dead went back home and the corpse bride turned into butterflies, I was quite surprised by all of that. Victoria says, What do you want from us? What I want is to kill another victim. I snuck inside your house 5 days ago, and while I was watching you two, I heard Victoria said she is pregnant, and that got me surprised. Then it hit me. Your baby is my next victim. Victor and Victoria gasp. Victoria says, Why do you want our baby? You see, Victoria, I wasn't always like this before. I used to be filled with fun and joy. I used to have colors on me as well. And I used to be a playmate to make a little boy happy. But When years passed, he forgot all about me. Then he turned to a psychopath and started killing his victims, which made me want to kill too. So I killed him, and I started going after children by killing them. Victoria and Victor are shocked to hear what Laughing Jack said. All the kids think I'm an imaginary friend to them before I kill them. But I can give you a deal. If you give me your unborn baby, I'll let you two live. Victor and Victoria gasp. I will put you asleep, Victoria. You won't feel a single thing. Victoria puts her hand on her stomach. Victor yells out to Laughing Jack, saying, No, that's not gonna happen. I won't let you take our baby's life. You're not gonna kill my family. Laughing Jack bursts out laughing before saying, Oh, sure, I can kill more than one, Victor. You two, or should I say, three, that includes your baby Victoria. Get it? Three? Victoria is terrified as she stays behind Victor. You, your wife, and your unborn baby cannot escape Laughing Jack. No one can't. But before I slaughter you two, let's have some fun first. Laughing Jack snaps his fingers. He teleports away, leaving black smoke behind. Then the whole house started to turn pitch black. Victor and Victoria couldn't see a thing, but the only light they can see is the candlelight. Victor grabs a candle and tries to find Victoria. Then Victoria grabs a candle and tries to find Victor. The two couldn't find each other. Whatever Laughing Jack did split them apart. Victoria, still holding the candle, tries to look for Victor. Then she sees a long hallway. Victoria walks through the hallway. She calls out for Victor, but there's no callback. She sees pictures on a wall on each side. Victoria noticed that the pictures are her father's ancestors. When she gets a closer look, the pictures all started to move. Victoria gets frightened by this, as all the pictures of Victoria's ancestors begin to laugh loudly. Victoria gets scared. Then the ancestors come out of the frame. Victoria runs through the hallway as the ancestors chase Victoria. She runs as fast as she can go. Then she runs towards a door as she opens it and manages to close it shut. Victoria was so terrified. She doesn't know what to do. Then she hears her parents' voice. She turns around to see the Everglades in front of her. Victoria was confused. Mother? Father? Then the Everglades said to Victoria that Victor is not the right man to marry, and she should have married someone else. Victoria was shocked by her parents' words. She says to her parents, No, you're wrong. Victor is a coward, and he didn't want to marry you. You're better off without that nervous man. Victoria yells out to her parents, saying, You're wrong. Victor is a good man, and I love him the way he is. Then the Everglades say, He's weak, and he'll always be weak. They started to laugh, but it was dark and deep. Victoria takes a step back as she's terrified. Then Laughing Jack comes up behind Victoria and ties her with a rope. He ties her whole body. When he's finished, Laughing Jack says, You wait right here while I go find your husband. Oh, and don't worry, Miss Victoria. This will all go by quick. It will be a piece of cake with your organs on it. Laughing Jack teleports away to find Victor. Victoria tries to get out of the rope. Then she sees a fire poker. She grabs the fire poker and uses it to cut the rope. Meanwhile, Victor is still looking for Victoria. He's still holding the candle. Then he hears a piano noise. Victor turns around to see a piano playing by itself. Victor is a bit creeped out by this. As he walks towards the piano, it stops playing. Then the piano comes to life. A big mouth opens with a red tongue and sharp teeth. Victor is shocked and terrified. Then the monster piano lunges at Victor. Victor drops the candle and runs. As the monster piano chases Victor, he keeps on running until he stops and sees a dead end. He turns his head to see the monster piano ready to attack at Victor. Then Victor sees a bookshelf. He grabs the bookshelf and drops it on the monster piano. Victor runs past the monster as he runs away, but the monster piano gets the bookshelf off as it chases Victor again, but the monster piano crawls very fast. Victor isn't able to outrun it. Then the monster piano jumps towards Victor, but Victor manages to duck on the floor as the monster piano jumps over Victor as it falls deep to the ground and breaks into pieces. Victor sees the monster is dead. Then he sees the entire house back to light again. Then Victor remembers he has to find Victoria. As he's about to go look for her, he hears his parents' voice. Victor turns his head around to see the Van Dorts. Victor is confused. Father? Mother? What are you doing here? Victor's parents say to their son, "You're a coward, Victor, for running away from practicing your vows." Victor is shocked and confusion. You don't deserve Victoria. You're always a nervous and pathetic man. Victor says, "No, you're wrong about me. You can't do anything right your whole life." Victor yells, "No, I did do something right with my life. I married Victoria, I brought a house for us, and I'm about to become a father soon." The Van Dorts keep on taunting Victor. "You are a weak son." They laugh at Victor as they yell out, "Pop goes the Weasel." Victor is terrified by this. The laughing continues to echo. Victor covers his ears. He can't take it anymore. Until he hears a familiar voice saying, "Victor?" He sees Emily in front of Victor. "Emily? Is that you?" "Yes, Victor. I'm here now." She helps up Victor as she puts his hand on his cheek. "Everything's okay, Victor. You're safe now. If you come with me, you'll never be harmed again. We can be together and forever." Victor is about to accept Emily's words. Besides, you don't need that worthless Victoria and her baby around. That's when Victor stops. He realizes Emily would never say that about Victoria. "You're not Emily." Emily forms into Laughing Jack. He grabs on to Victor as he laughs. "You're right. You're so smart. That's good for you, Victor. Pop goes the Weasel." Victor tries to get Laughing Jack out of his grip, but he couldn't, as Laughing Jack keeps on laughing until Victoria comes behind Laughing Jack and stabs him straight through his back. Laughing Jack lets go of Victor as he screams out in pain. "Ugh!" Victoria helps up Victor as they run away from Laughing Jack. He gets the fire poker out his back as Laughing Jack is filled with anger. That was not fun. He uses the fire poker as he chases Victor and Victoria. They try to find somewhere to hide. They head into Victor's art room, but the art room is no use. They were going to find somewhere else to hide until Laughing Jack appears in front of them. Victor and Victoria are terrified. Victor shields Victoria as they slowly walk backwards into the art room. Laughing Jack is still holding the fire poker, walking towards Victor and Victoria into the art room. He laughs as he says, "You two thought you can run away from me? Well, you can't. Anyone tries to escape me dies." He holds up the fire poker, ready to strike it at Victor and Victoria. "You two and your baby won't see the light again. I will." Laughing Jack stops talking and takes a moment. He sees that Victor's art room is small, and his tall body can barely fit in the room. He starts panicking as he drops the fire poker. Victor and Victoria look at Laughing Jack. He seems to be having claustrophobia. While Laughing Jack is distracted, Victor picks up the fire poker and stabs it at Laughing Jack's right eye. Laughing Jack screams, trying to get the fire poker out of his eye. He struggles to get it out as he knocks a couple things over. While Laughing Jack is distracted, Victor and Victoria head out the art room. Then Laughing Jack knocks over a table and the clown box drops to the floor. Victor stops to see the clown box as he picks up the box. Victoria tells Victor they have to get out of here and find help. But Victor tells Victoria to wait. He has an idea to defeat Laughing Jack. Victoria asks, "How?" Victor says, "To trap him with this." Laughing Jack pulls out the fire poker off his right eye and throws it to the ground as he puts his hand on his eye. Victor calls out to Laughing Jack. He turns his head to see Victor with a straight face. Then Victor says to Laughing Jack, "You said kids think you're an imaginary friend. Well, guess what? Maybe you are just imaginary or a fake." Laughing Jack is shocked by Victor's words and says, "What? What did you say?" "You heard me. A fake. That's why your friend forgot about you, because he thought you weren't real." Victoria tags along with Victor, saying, "He's right. You're not real, Laughing Jack. You're nothing but a murderer." Laughing Jack is disgusted by these words. "No, no, that's not true. You may have murdered a few kids, but you're not going to murder us and our baby. Why? Because you're just imaginary." Laughing Jack covers his ears while saying, "Shut up! Shut up! Stop talking!" "You were never real, Laughing Jack. You were never real." Anger consumes Laughing Jack as he lunges at Victor, but Victor holds up the clown box straight to Laughing Jack's face as he gets sucked into his own box, as his whole body is inside the box. Victor closes the box. Then Laughing Jack tries to get out of the box, which is making Victor almost dropping it, but still holding on to it. Then Laughing Jack starts yelling in the box, "No! This can't happen! I'm supposed to win!" Victoria asks Victor, "Now what do we do?" Victor says he'll throw the box into the fire and Laughing Jack will burn inside the box. Then Laughing Jack starts to laugh inside the box. Victor and Victoria look at the box. Laughing Jack says, "I am an entity, and nothing can't kill me. Not even fire can't kill me. Nothing in the whole world cannot defeat me." He laughs inside the box. "You can't keep me in my box forever. When I get out of here, I'll kill you both and your baby." Victor and Victoria look at each other in worry. They don't know what else to do. Victor thinks of something as Laughing Jack keeps on laughing inside the box. Victor is having a hard time thinking because of the laughing. Victoria starts to get scared. Victor keeps on thinking while trying to ignore the laughter. Then he finally thought of something. He tells Victoria to follow along. If they keep telling Laughing Jack he's not real, maybe he could die in the box. Victoria says, "You sure it will?" Victor says, "Let's hope it does." Victor puts the box on the floor as they both taunt Laughing Jack inside the box, telling him he's not real and he's a fake. Then Laughing Jack can't take this much of Victor and Victoria's taunting. "Stop! Stop it! I can't take it!" Then Victoria says one final word to Laughing Jack. "Have you ever regretted killing those children?" "Well, you should. All those children were innocent. You should be ashamed of yourself." Laughing Jack gets very angry as he starts to push himself inside the box so he can try to get out. Then that's when Victor and Victoria see the box slowly disappearing. Laughing Jack, still inside, sees his box disappearing. Then he starts disappearing. "No, no, no! This can't happen! I'm supposed to win! This cannot happen to Laughing Jack! No!" The box and Laughing Jack disappeared into ashes. Laughing Jack is dead. Victor and Victoria hold each other. Then Victor says, "So long, Laughing Jack." After 1 year has passed, Victor is in the living room as he's drawing. Then Victoria walks into the living room holding her baby. The baby is a girl, and her name is Emily Van Dort. Victoria looks at the drawing. He shows his drawing to Victoria and Emily. The drawing is his family, Victor, Victoria, and their daughter Emily. Victor puts his drawing up the wall. He holds his daughter Emily and kisses her in the forehead, and he kisses Victoria. Then the three look out the window on a beautiful, snowy day. A blue butterfly flies past the window. Victor, Victoria, and Emily look up to see the blue butterfly flying straight up to the sky.